Krauth. So we're going to jump right into this because we have a winner in at least one race at this point. Rand Paul has delivered his acceptance speech.
He has. The Associated Press, which historically, traditionally calls these races when election results are still coming in, called it for Senator Paul really early, like not that long, I think maybe within like 20 minutes after 7 o'clock when all the polls were closed. And right now with the latest numbers, which is about 29% of the vote counted, he's at about 56% to Democrat Charles Booker's 44%. And this was a race where Senator Paul was widely expected to easily win re-election over Charles Booker, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
And I think he's down in Bowling Green, if I'm not mistaken. And did you watch his speech?
Yeah.
Kind of what did he have to say?
He talked, unsurprisingly, a lot about liberty. That's something that is like a common theme for him. Is he's a libertarian-leaning senator and talks a lot about, protecting our freedoms and things like that. So he talked about that tonight, kind of called for making sure that the government, the federal government, doesn't collude with big tech. So very much talking about like censorship issues online. He also went straight for a very popular foil of his, which has been Dr. Anthony Fauci, who is the U.S. government's top infectious disease expert.
And was just here in town.
And he was just here in town to get an award.
Yes, he got the Lifetime Achievement Award at the Muhammad Ali Humanitarian Awards. I happened to be there and interviewed him, and I did not bring up Senator Paul.
Probably wise. Well, Senator Paul tonight made a point to say that he plans to basically continue to kind of take the fight to Dr. Fauci and, look into records of how he handled the pandemic and things like that, even though Dr. Fauci is retiring. So, and that's been a common theme of his campaign in general, has been emphasizing how he has opposed a lot of the public health measures that were in place earlier in the pandemic, like universal masking and things like that. He came out very early against those things. He stayed against those things, and that was a big, part of his kind of re-election pitch.
Yeah.
And he said, hey, it's a good day to win. He clearly was happy with winning and said that this was something to celebrate and, but with the eye on what comes next.